1958. Pong is created, and for the first time, friendships are ruined over video games. I'm reading off these cards, and there's absolutely nothing on them. As years progressed, video games became more advanced, and the competition a little bit more intense. People then began to adopt nicknames, and those nicknames gave birth to the Gamertag. PwntByUkrainian, Westwood 11, Your Sister's Pants. Gamertags not only define the gamer, but ultimately they can go beyond the console. So as more people begin to flock to Vainglory, they'll create their tag using merely letters and numbers. This is their story. This is Behind the Gamertag. Our first guest is the lead singer of one of the biggest up-and-coming pop-punk bands on the East Coast. We're going to hear his story, how he got started, and why he is who he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gamertag, dannyauto.
Hi everybody, my name is Danny Oelkers, aka dannyauto. I get started in gaming basically by my dad introducing me to the original Nintendo. I still remember holding the orange gun for the Duck Hunt game and the Super Mario Combo Duck Hunt game. I used to smash the gun against the TV screen and get yelled at from my parents. And I slowly kind of graduated from that to Sega Genesis and figured out that I liked Sega products a little bit better than Nintendo. Sorry, Nintendo. But one of my first favorite games, I guess, was Sonic the Hedgehog, and I've always liked like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic and Knuckles, stuff like that. Gaming to me has always kind of been an escape. Since I was a little kid, I remember wanting to rush home when school was done and being able to jump on to the system, to some of my favorite games. I know when N64 came out, I used to have all my friends come over and we used to be able to play like GoldenEye and stuff like that. And that filled our weekends. I remember having sleepovers where we just didn't sleep at all. We'd stay in the living room and play 4-screen GoldenEye all night. I remember doing that. That was my childhood growing up. And kind of as I've grown, so is gaming, basically. And it's gotten more and more in depth, and everything in the escape has kind of become even more exponentially bigger as far as I'm concerned, because I can take gaming anywhere now, especially with mobile gaming and kind of the luxury of being able to kind of bring a laptop or a tablet or even our console. Sometimes when we go on tour with the band, we actually get to hook up a console depending on if we have the right tour vehicle or not. So I guess as I've grown, so is gaming for me. It really has never left. When I'm on the road, a little bit goes a long way. So not always being able to have console gaming, because I know throughout the years I've always been a console gamer, but being on the road in between stops and for hours and hours and a long time, I need something that's going to grab my attention, and this is where Vainglory and other mobile games have really come in handy. I can just turn my phone sideways and I can pass the time doing that in the back seat or even in the passenger seat when I should be navigating, anything like that. But it's really helped with touring and passing time in between gigs and stops. I have to say, one of the best / worst things is when multiple members of the band are on Vainglory at the same time, because inevitably one of us is going to be trying to ruin the other person's game. Even if we're not on the same team or linked up at all, we're still trying to make it harder on each other. So it's everybody trying to duck and get out of the way in real life, whereas on the game we're all kind of trying to have our own games and everything like that. So it's the best / worst combo for on tour when multiple bandmates are playing Vainglory and other mobile games. My favorite character in Vainglory right now is Ringo. And for me, this is a very, very hard character for me personally, for him to be my favorite character, because it's counterintuitive for me. He's a little bit of a fragile character, but I love being able to shoot things with a gun. The problem is, I adopt the Halo strategy, where I just want to run into all the action and shoot and just be in the middle of everything. The problem is my character's not stacked for that. But I haven't found a character that I like more than Ringo yet. So for now, I'm just going to use him. I've been really getting into the new edition of the game Blitz lately. I can just pick up a game and play it in 5 minutes and then I'm done and I can move on to the next one. Whereas the other ones I really like, but they just take a little bit longer to do. So I can get through like 3 or 4 Blitz games instead of like one of the standard games, which would take me like 15 to 20 minutes. I picked dannyauto as my gamertag because it's basically my stage name. I asked a bunch of fans that I used to contact to sell tickets when my band was first starting out, what they were putting me down as in their contact, because they were never asking me for my real last name. They would tell me they were putting me in the phone as Danny Automatic for my band Automatic 253, but they would always get shortened, so it would get shortened to Danny Auto. So I just started going by that, so I figured when it was time to pick a real gamer tag that I could express myself with, I had to use it. It was too perfect. So Danny Auto was my gamer tag.
All right, Danny, here is the game show portion of the show. You have 30 seconds on the clock to answer these 10 questions. If you can at least answer 5 of them, we'll give you a prize because we celebrate mediocrity. What year was the original Nintendo system released in America?
1985.
Name 3 of the original titles released on Nintendo.
Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers, and baseball.
When was the first Sonic game released?
Mm, 1990.
What is the name of the first level in Sonic 2?
I know this one, because it was my elementary school's name, Emerald Hill.
Question number 5. Roughly how many Sonic games are there? This is multiple choice now. 50, 60, 70, or 80?
That last one was really specific. 70.
What is Master Chief's name and ID?
John 117.
This Vainglory shoutcaster actually originally had a DJ name, DJ Vainglory. What does RPG stand for?
Role-playing game.
Who is the evil version of Mario?
Wario.
What is my middle name?
Rebecca.
Congratulations, Danny. You have won a very special prize. Have-eaten bottle of Sprint pills.
Thank you.